All right, how's everybody doing? That's just great. So this set is dedicated to anyone who's ever forced a line dance in 5th grade. I see you. You are heard. Oh my gosh, it's brighter than my future up here. I will remain optimistic. So, wow, this is most people I've performed in front of since my birth, so that's pretty good. It's an accomplishment for me. I'm really glad there's more people here than there were at my baptism, because that'd be pretty awkward. All right, speaking of birth, my birth was the first contactless delivery. Take that, Uber Eats. So, I'm really looking forward to the end of summer. I'm just super tired, sweating for no reason. What I am looking forward to is the summer of eating and not being judged for it. I've come to the conclusion that I will never have a six-pack, unless you're thinking of the Costco dinner rolls, which in that case I will have several six-packs. But on to current events. I recently just got back from my honeymoon. We were in London. We were in Paris. Don't clap for Paris. We were also in Rome. And whilst in London, I did a cheeky little comedy show. Yeah, I was working on new material when I should have been taking in the sights and relaxing. So my wife was actually recording how irreconcilable our differences were. Yeah, new episode of Divorce Court coming this fall. So it was actually my wife's birthday yesterday. So yeah, give her a round. Let's go! Sorry. Wait, no, sorry. I meant alcohol. That's what I meant. So you can clap for her too. That's okay. And today I made her pay to see me on stage, so it's going really, really well. It's actually my dad's birthday today, so I wanted to give him a special shout out. He couldn't be here tonight because he died, so yeah, you know, however you want to digest that information. He can't do it, you cremated him, so he's not coming back. But back to the Brits. Being over there, I realized that there's a lot of differences in the UK versus here. If you lose 150 pounds in America, that's seen as a big accomplishment. It's a huge accomplishment. But when you're in London, if you lose 150 pounds, someone's having a little bit of bad luck. So our currency is different. You know, we have the US dollar, we have the Great British Pound, which unfortunately is not the name of a nearby animal shelter. So yeah, I checked. It's not there. Someone definitely dropped the ball on that one. They drive on the other side of the road over there, which, if you think about it, is not much different than it is over here, because we have a lot of bad drivers, lots of wrong way crashes. We even have a show called Parking Wars. So it gets a little contentious out there. It's pretty crazy, hot in the streets. Dating is getting really hard nowadays, especially since I'm married. Yeah, it's fine. I don't go to bars to pick up women though, I'm just not strong enough. I don't go to cemeteries to do that either, it's just too much dead weight. It's fun. No necros in the crowd, really? Guilty as charged with that one. Someone came up to me recently and asked me if I like being tall, and I said, well, I guess I like being tall. And then a follow-up question happened, and they asked me, when do you not like being tall? And I said, when I'm in a line of questioning. So that conversation ended pretty quickly. Another time after a show, this lady came up to me and said, you know, one of your jokes went over my head. And I said, don't worry, you'll grow into it. So social interaction, not exactly my strong suit, not my forte. When I lived in Paris, again, don't clap. I've gotten to the point in my life where I've stopped making excuses at the dentist. I've just stopped lying to the hygienist about why I haven't been there in 4 years. You know, stuff like, oh, I just forgot to floss that one night, CVS was closed, no Listerine that Tuesday. You just have to stop. You have to stop. We've run the gamut on the excuse train, okay? You're 34 years old, you eat ice cream for breakfast. Just stop, just poke, prod, make me bleed. Build the HMO, okay? Put on a Marvel movie. I'm out of there before I comprehend the plot. You You have to keep moving, okay? It's kind of ridiculous. I've been doing more adult things now in my 30s. I've stopped using my turn signal. I've stopped getting out of the way of elderly people at the grocery store. I've started flipping off kids, you know? Then you have to think, am I the asshole? Orange County has nurtured me in a way that I never thought was possible. It was so easy being shy and anxious and isolated until one day someone cut me off on their e-bike on Beach Boulevard. And then I said, you know what? I can flip this guy off, shoulder bump his grandma, drive away recklessly, and feel pretty good about myself. And then I found myself at the doctor's office about 2 weeks later after this erratic and irrational stuff that's going on. And the doctor said, Conrad, this carefree way of life is killing you. Your blood pressure is what we like to call stroke level. And I had to think to myself, I had to get introspective. I had to say, Conrad, what are you going to do? You have to make a change. And I'll tell you something, I'm the proud owner of a new e-bike and I switched grocery stores. I'm so wet from the drive here. But yeah, it's fine. A little bit more about me. I'm from Palm Springs originally, and yeah, it's really hot there. It's like the sister city of the Sahara Desert. It doesn't cool down there, it just gets darker. If you've ever been there during the 9 months of summer, you probably know what I'm talking about. Being from there, you know, I'm really good at golf. I'm a shuffleboard champion. I was pre-approved for AARP by the time I was 16. So it's a good life if you're retired. My dad, when I was growing up, he said, you can be anything you want to be. And so I became a demotivational speaker. So there's just no optimism here. I would advise you, don't pursue your goals. Do not chase your dreams, because it could only end in happiness. Speaking of happiness, my parents got divorced, and then they got re-divorced to someone else, so I definitely know that there's no way I had anything to do with the second one. I was almost a history professor, but the current ones haven't died yet, so that's kind of how that works. It's really slow discipline. Yeah, being a history major, like my ex used to say that I live in the past, which is kind of true, but if I lived in the future, I probably could have seen that relationship coming. So, but one more for you guys, and then I have to run on my e-bike. So, ever since the night I was born, I was known as the considerate one. Ever since the night I was born. My mom, she walked in to the shower and her water broke right there. Easy cleanup. My parents, they rushed to the hospital. I was in and out of there in under 90 minutes. I was quicker than a Disney movie sequel. I'm the considerate one. I actually share my birthday with the nurse who delivered me. That's the miracle of life right there. That is a gift that you cannot wrap. And that is why I'm here at Huntington Beach, because my parents did not wrap it. Thanks, I'm Conrad.